Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Naila Khalid with the course Natural Product Chemistry and course code is Chem 425. This is lecture number 6 and the topic is determination of structure of alkaloid. This is third part of this topic. Outline of the present session include degradation of alkaloids. We will discuss some of the methods to degrade alkaloids in such a way that identifiable products are obtained and it will be helpful in determination of the structure of that alkaloid. At the end, summary of major point and references to the presented material. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand different methods of degradation of alkaloids. First of all, let me introduce you about this topic, that is degradation is the decomposition. This is a planned decomposition. How? When you apply some reagents, a degradation takes place and it leads to identifiable product. If you identify that product, then it will be helpful about the structure of alkaloid, about the carbon skeleton of the alkaloid. We have discussed two very important degradation methods in our previous session, that were Hofmann exhaustive methylation and MD degradation method. And in this case, we will discuss 5 further degradation techniques. The first one, the third one is von Braun degradation method. This von Braun degradation method is very useful in structural elucidation of alkaloid. It is of two types. In the first method, tertiary amine, if it is present in alkaloid, it is treated with cyanogen bromide. It leads to cleavage of RN bond and formation of cyanamide and RX. This is successful for those alkaloids which do not respond to Hofmann exhaustive methylation. In case of unsymmetrically substituted amines, fission takes place to yield Rx with smallest R group. Here is one R and two methyl which are a small group. So methyl halide is formed along with N-cyano compound formation. Mechanism of von Braun method. This first method for the von Braun degradation is with cyanogen bromide, tertiary amine react to give you this type of product, elimination take place and give you this type of product, N-cyanamide. Similarly, secondary amine, when it reacts with bromocyanogen, it will give you this product. Upon heating, it gives you cyanamide. This cyanamide can be hydrolyzed into carbomic acid and then it is converted into secondary amine. This shows that the alkaloid contains secondary amine. Here is isoquinoline, which is one of the nucleus in the alkaloid, and N-methyl substituted isoquinoline. Upon reaction with cyanogen bromide, it is converted into this one. In the second method, secondary cyclic amine, it is treated with benzoyl chloride in the presence of some base like sodium hydroxide to yield benzoyl derivative, which on treatment with phosphorus tribromide in the presence of bromine, followed by distillation under reduced pressure, will yield alpha omega dihalo compound. This dihalo compound will show that how many carbon atoms or what is the carbon skeleton of the alkaloid, and benzonitrile is formed as the byproduct. Here is an example. If the alkaloid contains this piperidine ring, benzoylation takes place. This is benzoyl chloride. In the presence of sodium hydroxide, it is converted into N-benzoyl, this one, and then when it is treated with phosphorus tribromide in the presence of bromine, this product is obtained. Upon distillation under reduced pressure, dihalo compound is formed, which shows that This is an alkalide which has 5 carbon atoms in the ring structure and 1 nitrogen. So it is most probably a piperidine. This is piperidine containing alkalide. You can also apply von Braun method to the morphine. For example, diacetyl morphine. This is a structure of diacetyl morphine. When it is treated with bromocyanogen, it gives you this type of cyanogen bromide, N-cyanogen. Upon a reaction with HCl, it is hydrolyzed. This cyanogen is hydrolyzed in the presence of acid into NH. And when it is treated with this type of bromide, then what happened that alkylation of this nitrogen take place. It shows that this has N-methyl group. This this morphine has N-methyl group because at this position, when it was treated with bromocyanogen, methyl was removed from here and demethylation take place, and it shows that it is the nitrogen which is the center of reaction in all these steps. The fourth method of degradation of alkalide is reductive degradation. Pyridine or piperidine nuclei in some cases may be eliminated as ammonia and n pentane by heating with hydroiodic acid at 300 degrees centigrade. If you have a piperidine, this one, piperidine or pyridine containing alkalide, you just treat it with hydroiodic acid at 300 degrees centigrade. Carbon skeleton is formed and along with ammonia. And this formation is shows uh, that this alkalide contain this type of carbon skeleton. This is also known as reductive degradation. How? Because reduction takes place along with the degradation. Further example of this pyridine or piperidine can be explained in the form of conene, an important alkalide conene. Here is the structure of conene. When it is treated with hydroiodic acid at 300 degrees centigrade, it gives you N-octane along with ammonia. This shows that conene, which has piperidine ring, and it means that it has 3 carbon containing side chain because the product was N-octane. The fifth method of degradation is zinc dust distillation. Distillation of an alkalide in the presence of hot zinc dust take place, and it gives to you stable aromatic derivatives which are identifiable products. Like if you have conene, upon zinc dust distillation, it gives you 2-propyl pyridine. Similarly, morphine gives you phenanthrene. Cinchonine gives you quinoline. It means that cinchonine has quinoline in its structure. Conene has this type of nitrogen containing heterocycle along with this side chain which has 3 carbon atoms. Morphine has phenanthrene type of nucleus. So these products indicate that these identifiable products indicate their origin. Another example is for morphine. If zinc dust distillation take place, this is phenanthrene, the degradation product. Iobirine. Iobirine is another alkalide which upon zinc dust distillation gives you isoquinoline along with indole, 3-ethyl indole. It means that these two are the part of this alkalide. Cinchonine gives you quinoline, whereas conene gives you 2-propyl pyridine. It gives you 2-propyl pyridine. The sixth method of degradation is alkali fusion. This is very drastic method which is commonly employed to break down the complex alkalide into recognizable products. Any alkali, it is fused with the alkalide and it gives you some of the identifiable products. For example, quinine. gives methoxyquinoline. Here is the methoxyquinoline structure. Similarly, papaverine, this is the structure of papaverine, which yields isoquinoline. This is isoquinoline. It shows that papaverine has very important nucleus, that is isoquinoline. Adrenaline, upon fusion with potassium hydroxide, it gives you this proto, this type of acid. It shows that it has this type of carbon skeleton, proteoic acid. The sixth method of degradation is hydrolysis. If your alkaloid contain amide or ester linkage, then it is very useful method. You can degrade that alkaloid by hydrolysis. Hydrolysis of amide or ester take place and it gives you identifiable product. Example is piperine, which is an alkaloid of fruit piper nigrum. Black pepper, it is an amide. Here it is an amide. Upon hydrolysis, it gives you piperidine and this type of piperic acid. The last method of degradation is oxidation. Oxidation gives valuable information about the structure of alkaloid. So, for example, oxidation of conene yields picolinic acid. By varying the strength of oxidizing agent, a variety of products are obtained. These are different oxidation conditions: mild oxidation, hydrogen peroxide, iodine, and ozone is formed. For moderate oxidation, acidic or alkaline potassium permanganate, chromium oxide in acetic acid, and for vigorous oxidation, potassium dichromate in sulfuric acid and concentrated nitric acid and manganese dioxide and sulfuric acid are used. One of the example is nicotine. Nicotine is oxidized to nicotinic acid like this. Similarly, conene gives picolinic acid. This is the structure of picolinic acid. Conene gives picolinic acid on oxidation. It shows that it has a side chain at this position. Similarly, this nicotine is oxidized to this nicotinic acid, which shows that the other structure is present at this position. Dehydrogenation, this is last degradation techniques. You can carry out dehydrogenation of alkaloid in the presence of sulfur, selenium, and palladium. And it gives you identifiable products. And it is also a very good degradation technique or process, and it is used to ascertain the nature of fragments and linkages. Summary of the major point. We have discussed today in this session about some of the degradation techniques besides Hoffman exhaustive methylation and MDA modification. We have discussed all of the other degradation techniques like von Braun method, like fusion with alkali, like hydrolysis, oxidation, and dehydrogenation to determine the carbon skeleton of the alkaloid. So these are the references to the presented material and for further book reading. Have a nice day.